Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is a Nigerian writer, recognized as one of the most important Anglophone authors nowadays who is succeeding at attracting new generation of African literature readers. Chimamanda was born in the state of Anambra in Nigeria, but grew up in the southeast at the University City of Nsukka. She is the fourth of six children. Her father, James, was a professor of statistics at the university, and her mother, Grace, was the first female secretary of the university. The ancestral village of his family is in Aba, in the state of Anambra. The writer moved to USA at the age of 19. She entered a textile university in Philadelphia but transferred herself to a university in Connecticut. Chimamanda studied creative writing at the Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore and a master's degree on African Studies at Yale University. Her first novel, Purple Hibiscus, was published in 2003. The second novel, Half of Yellow Sun, was named after the Biafra flag and deals with the moments before and during the Biafra War. It was published by Knopf and Archer Publisher in 2006 and won the Origin Prize for Fiction in 2007. The writer uses her life experience to highlight the danger of a single story. Adichie spoke on the danger of unique stories at TED in 2009. Chimamanda points to the unique story problem as the source of stereotypes. She said, "I show the people as one thing and one thing only, over and over, and it will be what they will become." She also draws attention to another feature of the single story which posed them as the strongest of the stories. The stories were used to expropriate and spread hate, but stories can also be used to empower and humanize. Stories can destroy the dignity of a person, but truth can also repair that lost dignity. People are highly complex and shaped by some aspect. To realize and understand this diversity is an arduous task. To take all the complexity of a person and the context and to reduce them to a single aspect is what Chimamanda calls the danger of a single story. As a Nigerian student at a university in the United States, she has often experienced this. The image of the African continent as a place of war and famine was reflecting the image they had of her. From her roommate, Chimamanda heard questions about her ability to speak English or operate a stove and doubt about the tribal music she listened to. Chimamanda concludes in that story that from her friend's point of view there was no chance that Africans could be like her. Not at all. It was a single story. The single story problem also happened on her literary work, when she was criticized for not being authentically African, since her characters drove cars, weren't starving, and had things in common with the Americans. This differentiation between self and other, according to the author, is one of the several consequences of the single story. She said, "It robs people from their dignity. It makes the recognition of your shared humanity difficult. It emphasizes how different we are, rather than how similar we are." Chimamanda talks about the real threat that we all take a risk when knowing a single story, the ignorance of understanding a fact from only one point of view, through a single source. In these days of disservice and misinformation, especially in the social and political sphere, tell us it's much easier to understand only one side, jump to conclusion, and distill the anger and prejudice and delay a conversation that should have happened a long time ago. Chimamanda writes about her reality, in fact, the different reality existing in Nigeria, their tribes, tradition, habits and behaviors. Rich and poor people, good and bad, supported people and people who proved from wars. This way, the author teaches us to not believe at everything told to us about facts, events, nation, or anything else in the world, but to seek the complete knowledge in good stories.